God, yo, mic check, mic check. I love it. I love it. Every time. If you're wondering if this is a live show, this is live. Hi. If you have a buddy, I think it's Sand Dollar's our buddy out here. But if you have a buddy that has a private pilot's license, that's hard to say. You know that you have to go through these pre-flight checklists. And even if you go through all the checks, once you start flying that plane, anything could happen. All right, the fuel could be shut off, the propeller, the prop stops working. You know, all of a sudden you don't have any, you know, oil pressure. It could be nuts. All right, so anything could happen. I did all my checks, and still the mic wasn't on. Come on now, jeez, good Lord. But that also goes into what we're talking about this morning, which is how to create basic rules for trading. How to create basic rules for trading. So we're going to be talking about, you know, what happened in the market. I'm wearing a red shirt because it was a red day yesterday, and we'll be going over what had happened. But it's going to be more of a podcast feel. All right, it's more of a conversation between me, us. All right. And I will be talking about, I got to get some paper here because I want to take notes. Because I want to, what we will be doing is creating some trading rules. Let's make some trading rules for the weekend shift crew. How about that? Let's do that. That way we're all on the same page. You might have your own trading rules, and that's fine. I want you to use them, but the whole point is stick to them. And I had a trader who was like, hey, everybody keeps talking about follow your rules. Well, what's the dang rules? And I'm like, I talk about them every weekend shift. I talk about them all the time. But no. I always say in my YouTubes, you know, the lessons are there. You know, you gotta watch them all. Unfortunately, you gotta watch them all because each week is different. Maybe not getting the FOMO was the lesson for that week. Maybe trading after earnings came out was the lesson for that week. So it's all spread out. And I'm definitely a believer in one is taught in accordance to one's fitness to learn. All right? One is taught in accordance to one's fitness to learn. So, you know, I could sit here and I could be reading a textbook on how to trade the strat, and some people will still only pick up tidbits, even if they're 100% not just curious, but fully attentive. You will only get, you know, what you can handle. You put it in practice, then you come back and you're like, oh, okay, the same thing again. Come on now. We've all been through high school, right? And then some of us, you know, have been through some college or have college degrees. You don't get it all in one shot. You don't get all of it in one shot. So that's why I always say go to thestratsoldier.com, go to thestratsoldier.com, get you a course. Don't let these other groups make fun of you for taking a course. I take other people's courses. I have done it. I took Rob's course, and I take other people's courses all the time. All right? I don't know everything. I don't know everything, but when I learn it, I make sure I show it to someone else, right? That's what I do. And so I'm telling you, get the execution course, learn it. And then once you have that course, you can go over it over and over and over and over. And how do you know you mastered it? You know you mastered it when you can do it without failure, without messing it up. All right, you could do it unconsciously without messing it up. Larry Bird has a really good quote on that. Larry Bird was trying to, he got, you know, commercial deals. You know, he's finally got to his point in his career where he's making commercials for you know, products. That was just becoming a thing. And his job in you know, the whole commercial was, you know, he shoots, he's missing free throws and he doesn't know what he's doing, but then he drinks, let's just say a special, you know, he drinks a soda pop, he drinks some Pepsi or some Coke or whatever it was, and then that snaps his mind into, you know, now he's in the zone, and bam, now he's hitting it. I don't think it was Gatorade. Gatorade wasn't a thing then, and then he starts hitting it, bam, bam, bam. Well, it took 57 shots for him during just taping. They wasted so much film trying to get him, showing him like missing free throws, because he spent years just shooting free throws. That's all he would do, is make free throws, shoot them, make them, shoot them, make them, shoot them. And it would just keep just making them, right? So after years of creating those ruts, those groove in his, the synapses, and creating those habits in his mind, it took him a long time to miss a free throw. 57 tries to miss a free throw to get it on film to shoot the commercial. That's wild. That's how you know you mastered it. That's how you know you mastered a thing. So I always tell people, if you're here in the weekend shift, I'm going to tell you, trade the Strat. That's what I'm going to tell you. But if you go to someone that trades trend lines, there's a very good trader. I'm trying to get her on the show, but she's one of them big time traders. I probably won't be able to get her on. She's one of them big time, like, I make all this money and have millions and millions of followers. And anyway, she just trades trend lines, simple trend lines. That's it. So she's going to tell you, go to trend lines. You have 8X trades. He loves options. He's going to tell you, go to options. You got Zeus trades. He trades futures. He's going to say, go to futures. All right. So same thing when you go to the doctor. You have a surgeon. He's going to say, I want to do surgery. You got somebody that mastered a doctor that is all about, chemistry and taking some type of medication. He's going to put you on a medication, or her. You know what I mean? I always say all the time, you got one ear bigger than the other. Eli Lilly has something that'll make both ears the same, just take this thing and both of your ears will be the same size in about 6 weeks. Just, you might be bleeding out of your nose for the next 6 weeks, but you'll have nice ears at the end. Sounds dumb, but that's what they practiced, that's what they learned, and that's what they want you to do. So you come see me, I'm going to say trade the Strat. If you go see someone else, they're going to say you got to do this. So this is more for basic level trading rules for today. All right. All right, it's a go Celtics. Heck yeah. Go Celtics. Good morning. I got Michael O'Connor in the house. How you liking TrendSpider? How you liking TrendSpider, Michael? Did you get my were you able to import some of my scanners and things like that? If not, let me know. Kevin Bird is the word. Marlon B, Terry Baker, back up in them puts. He said, back up. I bought calls. Back up. Hold on. We got Retro Reels. That's a cool name next week, Dave. And we will be looking for actionable signals for next week. And we got Brent in the house as always. And so let's talk about just a little bit of what happened. Well, I got my intro. Let's go real quick what happened through SPY, and then we'll go through basic trading rules, and then we'll look for actionable signals for next week, and maybe we'll get some bonus time in here too. I don't know. I did that last week. We'll see. It was pretty fun. Let's see what happens. Let's go to what happened last week. All right, SPY, before we go through my weekend watch list or our weekend watch list from last week, things were going kind of stuck. All right, here's SPY, still two up on the green, two up on the month and green. All right, but it came back in a little bit. Remember my analogy about the moth? Once the moth keeps hitting the light bulb, it'll hit it and it comes back down and hit it, come back down, and hit it, come back. That's what's happening. So we're at all-time highs. It got all the way back up to 613, which is a little higher, but then came back down. All right. I like that moth analogy just because, hey, it's just ding, ding, ding. Anyway, when I trade, I have all four charts up just like this: the month, the week, the daily, and the 60. And this shows me
time frame continuity.
Time frame continuity. All right, it's always there, just like the weather. Right now, we're still green on the month. On the week, right here, it is red on. It was red on the week, and we have a potential 2-2 reversal back down next week. Now, how far is that going to go? It could potentially get all the way back down to 590, and that'll put us right back into this level of reclaim back here. All right, this one back here, and this one back here. I talk about these levels of reclaim a lot because we know these are broad neck formations on a smaller time frame, and we don't want to get trapped in an old 3. All right, we don't want to get trapped in there. It could get chopped. We could chop around in there for months. or weeks. We don't want that. All right, that's a weekly chart. Daily, here's my daily chart. Oh my gosh. Oh, geez.
Fatality.
Ugh. Gross. Michael O'Connor says, great. Thank you very much. Great stuff. You're welcome. Oh, what the heck? Hey, this is I love fishing. If you ain't seen my Twitter, I love fishing. And this is my bass fishing cup. I got one coffee cup full of water, one coffee cup full of coffee. I'm double fisting this boy. It was a hard week. It was a hard week. All right, I got 4 minutes, and we got 2-2 continuation down here. Again, remember, we don't want to get stuck in one of these old threes. Now, this is not something that you need to be worried about. You know what I mean? So scared that, oh, we're back in an old three. Oh, that's bad. You know, it just means we just need to be aware that that's happening. All right, we're getting stuck back into this thing. All right, this range right here. That's a nasty little range. Nasty. All right. Now, if you watch my Super Bowl special, I talked about these levels of reclaim being like 10-yard lines on the football field. All right. And so they took the price down to 5.9, about down to 600. And the next 10-yard line, let's just say down here. All right. How far are they going to take this ball down? That's what we want to know. All right. Some people want to talk about key levels and things like that. I want to see where these levels of reclaim are within the broadening formation. Look at that. That makes it a little bit more clear, right? It does for me anyway. So 600, they took the price from the top of the broadening formation down to 600. Will they take the ball and will the sellers run it down to 590? Now they got the ball at 590. They set back up. They move the ball. Are they going to move the ball all the way back down to 580? Or is there going to be an interception and they start moving this thing back to the upside? We'll see what happens. So far, sellers have not been the dominant participation group, but neither has buyers, all right? It's been stuck in here, all stuck in this guy back here. All right, now this is my money flow index. Money flow index, not necessarily the Strat, but it is a tool in TrendSpider. They give us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tools. And I started looking at it one night and I was like, there's no point in us like ignoring all of these tools. All right. Now we trade the Strat. I also want to be able to talk to other traders that necessarily don't trade the Strat so I can talk smartly about the stock I'm looking at. All right. I don't want to talk about fair value, wiggly digglies. I don't want to talk about some voodoo thing that, someone who potentially is a professional in this that has their Series 6 or CMT or, some type of credential in this. And they're like, okay, good luck. Because they ain't, I don't know what you're talking about at all. I don't want that. I want you to be able to look at someone else and go, this is how we see it in the Strat. And they go, that makes sense. We call this an engulfing bar. And then you go, we call this a scenario 3. Outside week, let's talk about it. And then both of you guys or girls or whatever, both of you are collaborating as traders and having fun and talking about the charts. All right, so money flow index, this measures price and volume at the same time, and this is reconfirming. Let me get my big old head out of the way. This is reconfirming what we're doing is not using this for buy and sell signals, but just using this for more evidence of what's happening. All right, so if this measures price and volume at the same time, this is reconfirming that, yes, everybody said, get my money out of this now, today. All right, today. I want my money today. I don't know if anybody, you guys aren't. There's no way anybody here in the chat is fans of Family Guy. Oh, you got money to buy a mustache, but you ain't got money. You ain't got my money. You got money for a mustache though. Anyway, if you got me on the big screen, don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about any wordy dirds. This is a family show. And for the person that's not really in the stocks and you see me on the big screen, you're like, not this guy again. Now, hold on, just relax. I'm kind of funny. I'm a little bit funny. So here we go. That's SPY, and then here's Friday. Here's Friday.
Fatality.
All right, all the way back down. My goodness. Ooh, give me another one. all the way back down. When are the Strat mugs going to come back? Ooh, I've been thinking about the Strat mugs, about bringing the Strat mugs back. And I have to make a decision. Do I want to sell them from my home, or do I want to like start like an like a, what is this? Not Spotify. What's the other one? Shopify, and then like have a store. But then that's like more cost, right? That's another thing I got to pay for. So hope somebody buys a coffee cup. I honestly, I'm really leaning toward like, getting like 6 cases of coffee mugs and putting them in the garage, and then I'll sell them as I go. That's what I'm leaning toward. There's just so many subscriptions for everything. You want to do this? It's going to cost you. So those are your 60s. That's going to do it for this portion before we get to the trading rules. I want to get to what you guys actually came for, and that was the trading rules. But Dow Jones doing the same thing. This is marked as a win. This is marked as a win because we were looking for this thing to go inside and down based on the month, and that's what it did. Win. QQQ, possible 2-2 reversal back down. They're taking their money out, but it's still 2 up on the month. Let's go through the sectors. Utilities, gotta pay for it. This is good news because this shows that the institutional buyers aren't just taking all the money out of the stocks. Period. They're not just everybody get out. Now we're 2-2 reversal back up on the month, and utilities. So go look at Duke Energy. Go look at Waste Management. Go look at go look at any utility. All right, they're putting their money in there. Retail to the lows. Tech XLK still stuck. How many weeks now? How many weeks? How many weeks are we stuck in this? This is why we look at these levels we're claiming. That's what I was talking about. We don't want to get stuck in this. All right, how long have we been stuck in this range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 weeks stuck in here. 20 weeks. Yeah, Sesame Street style. We counted them mugs, all right? All right? 20 weeks. I don't need an RSI. I don't need a MACD. I don't need, some fair value voodoo thing to tell me we're stuck. This is doing nothing. All right. All right. So XLE, shooter on the week. We'll put that on the weekly watch list for next week. IBB, this is a win. We were looking for this thing to go hammer and force to the upside, and it did, and it's still good. You can still be in that thing. All right, let's blow it up for the kids in the back. You can still be in that thing. Sector rotation, Michael O'Connor says. That's right. They're moving around, moving some monies around. Healthcare, scenario 3, back up to the upside. Cure something, would you? Look at this money flow index, all right? Not really. They're not really reconfirming each other. That's called a divergence, all right? Not really confirming each other. We'll see what they want to do there. XLP to the highs, all right? 2-2 reversal back up on the month. That's your Coke, Pepsi, Hershey's Kisses, or Hershey's Chocolate, I'm sorry. Budweiser, all right? Mondelez. That is General Mills. Buy some cereal, daggone it. Buy some cereal and a Coke, and just watch this price action just go nuts, all right? Shaking my head, still doing nothing. Stuck in that scenario through, this range right here. That's why I keep saying you don't want to get stuck in this range, right? Almost done. All right. I know you guys are like, give me the rules, man. All right. And then RSP, which is S&P 500 equal weighted. You can see that right there. All the stocks get equal weight, and they're taking their money out. All right. Not necessarily getting destroyed, but they're taking their money out. All right. Get my money out of here. Let's go through the weekly signals real quick. Won't take long. All right. And then we'll get to our rules. UNH from last week, win. All right, it was a win. It worked. Shooter and force to the downside. Win. Bingo! All right, Dow Jones, already talked about that one. That was a win. Oop. Wait. Hold on. That's it. That's better. A and C looking for that thing to go 212 reversal back down, especially based on the month. ACN, that was a win. Tesla was a no-go. Tesla was a no-go. Why? Because it did go hammer in force. I was really excited about it, tweeted a bunch about it, and there was like, and then Tesla was like, hey, we still got a 212 reversal back down on the month. Take it back down. All right. So not fun. CDNS win to the lows. 212 reversal back down. Why were we looking for that? Because of the month. Red on the month to the lows. QCOM 313. Ugh, yuck. Do I even
Shop in here, folks.
Oh, geez, give me another one.
Fatality.
And then also give me one more.
Finish him.
All right, this is scenario 3, 313 reversal back down. All right, this is a this is a Motor City Madhouse. That's what Rob used to call that, Motor City Madhouse. This is, everybody's getting messed up in this one. All right, they took them up for a 312 reversal up, and then they said we had enough. It hit it's like pennies away from the magnitude, and like sell it now. Get me out of QCOM. So everybody in here is a loser. Wow, yuck. All right, give me the sugars. IBB win. All right, you can still be in that. All right, you still be in that. This is ETF though, so you know you'll be looking through those individual stocks. Disney didn't do anything. Did nothing. Disney didn't do much. All right. TMDX didn't do much. Glow, Corning. This is I marked this as a win because we were looking for this thing to go 212 down or inside and down, and it did, but it didn't do much. All right, but you can still be in that. And then LVS Las Vegas Sands Incorporated. This is a win. It did hit magnitude, and you can still be in that, but it's red on the month. So we'll see how far they really want to, like, how far they're going to take it up, right? So anyway, that's what happened last week. Let's get to the trading rules we want to talk about. The trading rules we want to talk about. Beach Bum is in the house. What's up, Joel? Jodell is also here. Let's see here. Lots of XLP stocks having big levels of reclaim off the lows of the broadening formation on the weekly. Yes, good eyes. Good eyes. Mondelez was a good trade for me. That's right. Good morning, all gatekeeper. Good morning. Brent said KDP, and Jodel said SJM monthly chart. We'll look at actionable signals for next week. Right now, let's go into what we wanted to talk about, and that was basic trading rules. That's what had happened last week. All right, a lot of good stocks in there. Lots of wins in there for the weekend shift watch list. All right. Kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say we know what we're doing. I don't want to say that. But there is a big coincidence there. Let's get to what we came here for. All right. We're going to talk about some basic trading rules. And if you've never done one of my Strat Camp webinars, I talk about rules in there, all right? Basic trading rules. I'm going to go through trading rule basics. I'm going to talk about like 4 major ones. And then we're going to leave number 5. We'll come up with number 5 together. How about that? All right? Because we want basic trading rules for the weekend shift. All right, I'm making some notes here. This is Woo. He's doing some good things out there. He trades options. He trades Forex. He's done all kind of good stuff. Lots of good experience there. All right, and he's seen a lot. I'm gonna say all of it, but he's seen a lot. And he did my Strat Camp webinar back in January. Had a real good time and learned a lot. And hey, I do lay out this stuff, this material in a logical manner, so that you can start at the beginning crawling. By the end, you are, I don't say running, but you're definitely range walking. You're walking at a quick pace, maybe even ready to jog. All right, meaning by the end of that trading, that Strat Camp webinar that we do together, you are giving me a trading plan for the next day or the next week. All right. And I think that's really important. A lot of people put out material and they say, well, here you go. We did it. We did this webinar one time back, 6 months ago. Here's a recording. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. That Strat Camp webinar is live, and it's with real traders, and you guys are asking me your questions, and we're working together. All right. So anyway, so basic trading rules. One thing I want to say right now is you need to know if you're even before we talk about trading rules, you need to know if you're a trader or an investor. All right. If you don't know, go watch my Weekend Shift episodes with Weekly Stock Char. Weekly Stock Char, he talks about the difference between investing and trading. He does both. And he also has rules for both. All right. If this is an investment, he's getting in there and he's sitting. All right. He's not worried about all this the earnings and all. He's not really worried about any of that stuff. He's investing. All right. When it comes to trading, he has very specific rules for trading, and he usually does weekly and monthly trades. And he trades shares. You also need to know if you're trading shares or options. If you don't know, and I'm saying this for the beginners, I'm not saying this to preach to the choir or to make you guys feel silly, but if you you need to know the difference, all right? It feels different trading shares than trading options, all right? Then trading options, then trading Forex, then trading futures, then trading, commodities, all right? It all feels different. So me, I'm a tank. My go-to is common shares. My biggest, after going through statements of going through my statements, and seeing where what I'm good at and where my wins are, where my losses are, my biggest wins are from trading shares. My biggest losses are always from options. All right. I've had some really good options wins, but I got to a point where I was like, hey, if I'm out here on the range, to use some little bit more military terms here, if I'm out here on the range, I'm really good with this rifle, and I suck at this pistol. I do need to keep training with the pistol. But I need to be focusing on this rifle. All right, this is my strength. All right, let's get some good training. Let's get down range. Get the train to standard on the rifle. Keep our maintainer expertise on the rifle, and then work on the pistol. Or or whatever the thing is. All right. Let's go back to basketball. All right. If you're good at free throws, keep hitting those free throws. Those are guaranteed points. All right. And if everybody wants to dunk the basketball. Everybody wants to dunk. All right. It's fun. It looks awesome dunking the ball. Learn how to do a layup. Get some guaranteed points on the board. All right. Learn how to do a layup. Then all of a sudden, now you're putting up the ball. Wow. And nobody, number one, you got the defenders off you, and nobody can really get up on you. You got the ball, and you're putting the ball basically in the hole. Go watch old footage of Michael Jordan. A lot of his things, everybody wants to watch him dunk the ball, but a lot of his points were from layups, just driving the ball to the hoop. All right, learn how to do them layups. All right, get that guaranteed. Get them points on the board, all right? Hopefully you understand my analogies here, all right? Anyway, one of my basic rules are start with the month, all right? First rule is start with the monthly chart, all right? Start with the monthly chart. Why the monthly chart? We want to see what's actually happening. Are they really buying or really selling? Start looking at the monthly chart. We'll look at some live charts in a minute. But right now, start looking at the monthly chart. Even if you're a day trader, start with the monthly chart. You need to know if they're really buying or really selling. Green means buy. Red means sell. All right? Get away from that contrarian thinking where it's all the way at the bottom. Now it's time to buy. Well, it's all the way at the top. Now's the time to sell. All right? Got to get past that. All right? So start with the monthly chart and then work your way down. Start with the month, then we look at the week, then we look at the day, then we look at the 60-minute charts. Those are all 4 major time frames, and that shows you
Time frame continuity.
Time frame continuity. All right. The second one is, hold on. I'm writing it down back into TC. Yep. Look for trades going back into full time frame continuity. All right, you don't have to have full time frame continuity. I'm going to go into that in the next rule, but look for trades going back into time frame continuity. Rob always talked about that. There's a lot of people out here trying to trade this domino effect crap, and I said it here. If you want to show this to whoever you want to show it to them, because the domino effect thing is crap. Rob did not talk about that. All right, he did not. I was in there on every coaching session. I was in there with live with him, watching him trade, watching him, go over the charts and analyze the charts live. All right, as we traded. All right, I don't want to misspeak. And I've been through his courses. Rob always said, look at the month, analyze what's happening, look at the week, so look for actionable signals, and then look for trades going back into time frame continuity. If it's red on the month, look for trades on the week, or look for actionable signals on the week and day that's going to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. And there's lots of videos of Rob saying, you think that 60-minute hammer and force is going to save this? It's red on the day, it's red on the week, it's red on the month. Are you crazy? Where do you think you're going? Back to the lows.
Fatality.
All right, look, go ask Kevin Bird. He was in there live with Rob. All right, I'm trying to see some other ones. Terry Baker was in there with Rob. All right. I'm not sure if Aaron was in there. He might have been. I think he's a weekend shift guy, but which is fine. I'm just saying. Kevin, go talk to Kevin Bird. Ask him some questions about how Rob did things. All right. Rob never said take a 15-minute reversal that might trigger the day, the 60, that might trigger the day, that might trigger the week, that might trigger the month. Never. Rob said, let's look at macro charts. All right, let's see where we want to position ourselves. All right. So rule number 2, look for trades going back into time frame continuity. All right, preferably full time frame continuity. Day and 60, same. All right, we want to know if the daily and the 60 are the same color before we take the trade. All right, I want my daily and the 60 to be the same color. We're going to look at some charts in a minute. Next week, Dave was there with Rob. That's right. You were there. All right. So I need your guys' help to tell the truth to these suckers out here, these jokers. Yes, the Strat customizes itself to you. I like trading monthly, weekly charts with shares only. Next week, Dave likes doing this. Brent loves trading options on this thing. Marlon B loves trading, these weird things, and he loves trading. I'm sorry, they give me an actual example. Marlon B loves trading small cappers. I stay away from those things. I don't like small cappers worth of crap. But that's where Marlon B makes his money. All right, so. As long as you're trading actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations, you're using all 3 of those, and you're creating winning positions, adding to them, and defending with tight stops, you will win. All right, you will win. And so that's what Rob meant by the Strat customizes itself to you. Some of us have 9 to 5 jobs, can't look at every chart, can't look at every 15-minute chart, can't do it. All right. I've talked to traders on one-on-one sessions that, hey, I work 12 hours of shifts, and they catch me on my phone, I am done. All right. So they let me look at it at lunch, and I get a break every, here's my break times. And we talk about how can you, okay, let's set up some orders. Let's set up some things. And I always push them towards shares. But if they want to trade options, we work options, strategies as well. And we got some people that trade futures, and we talk about that stuff too. All right. The Strat customizes itself to you. What that does not mean is using the Strat to justify holding losing positions. Using the Strat to justify just YOLOing into a trade. Using the Strat to justify taking a trade with no actionable signals. Well, everybody's talking about it. The guy I'm following, he says it's a domino effect, so let's do it. Or she says it's a domino effect, let's get in. And don't give me that. It hit them. It's at exhaustion risk on the 15-minute. I went through that crap too. I went through all of that. Well, I've been in a lot of groups and watched a lot of these people call out the stuff, and nothing compares to Rob, because a lot of these guys are just, exhaustion risk on the 15-minute. Up, it's up, down. It's down and up. It's They really don't know. All right, they really don't know. Marlon B says, I trade ES and TQQ. Heck yeah. TQQ for you. So let me get back on point. Rule number 3, make sure your daily and the 60 are the same color. All right, that's basic time frame continuity for the day, especially for your day traders. All right, that lets you know 2 things. 1, they're buying it today. And then number 2, they're buying it right now. All right, so if you looked at my trade for Celsius, it was green on the month. Ooh, outside month to the upside. Green on the month. It was green on the week. All right, and it was up in the gap up on the daily, but daily was red. Why? Because it opened up and it was people taking their profits. And I waited. That first hour. Second hour, consolidating. All right, inside 60, waiting. And then I posted it on Twitter. I put in a stop market buy order at the top of that 60. If it's going to go 2 up on that 60 the next hour, it's going to have to go above this here, and I put my stop market buy order there, and in about 15 minutes later, boom, it triggered. I got an alert. 212 reversal back up on the 60-minute chart. I'm in. The trading platform did it for me, all right, and I did not have to scramble to get into the trade. All right, I showed that to you guys. All right, and I waited till the 60 and the daily were the same color. All right, Aaron Bailey says no, inside day, shooter and hammer. You guys are having a conversation. Okay, an actionable signal comes from a 1 or a 2 actionable signal. No, okay, Aaron's got them. Broadening formation best to be drawn on the weekly or the monthly. The broadening formation, start with the month, and then I draw on the month and the week. That's it. I will draw it on the daily and the 60 if things get weird. If it helps you to draw it on the daily, draw it on the daily. But if you have hundreds and hundreds of broadening formations, delete some of that stuff and then use the levels of reclaim. Mark those broadening, previous scenario 3s. But yeah, start with the month and the week. That way going back to rule number 1, start with the month. That way that if it's, are they really buying this thing? Where's it at? It's at the bottom of the broadening formation. Or they're really, or it's at the top of the broadening formation, but they're still buying. All right, no actionable signals to the downside just yet. Or is it just trading sideways? Remember we looked at small cappers, SMH, sideways, doing nothing.
Shop and here, folks.
All right, doing nothing. All right. So let's review. Small review, and then we're going to go through rule number 4, and then together we will come up with rule number 5. Rule number 1, basics for the weekend shift crew. If you guys are watching me, all right, we're going to be using these basic rules. All right. Number 1, we're going to start with the month. Look at the monthly chart. What's it really doing? Are they really buying or really selling? Who's the more aggressive participation group? Rule number 2, looking for trades going back into time frame continuity. All right. Looking for trades that are going back into what's happening on the week and the month. All right. That's what we're doing. No domino effect crap here. Rule number 3, make sure your daily and the 60 are the same color. All right. This also works on futures. This also works on crypto. We want to know that they're buying it right now, and we want to know that they're buying it today. Same thing for selling. You're working puts. We want to know that they're selling it today and they're selling it right now. All right. That's what we want to know. All right, Jeff's have some questions. If you have a question, put a question mark before your question. That way I can see it because the thing scrolls. So put your question mark before the question so I can see it. All right, you guys are having a good conversation in the chat. If you're not in the chat live, come on now. You're missing it. You're missing it. All right, rule number 4. Rule number 4 is start with a small position. Rule number 4 is start with a small position. Why? Because we want to, if it's a real move, we can add to our position. All right. We want to add. We want to add. That's what Rob used to say all the time, and especially in those really early training videos and early power hours with Rob. He'd go 60 still good, add. 60 still good, add. We want to add to our winning positions. All right, we're not going, oh, it hit $60. That's magnitude on the day to go ahead and start scaling out. No, it hit exhaustion risk on the 15 minutes. Start scaling out. Wrong. That's not what Rob talked about. Rob talked about adding to your winning positions. If it's going long and it's at the top, I want to be as long as I've ever been. All right, but I'm not talking about no full port and nothing like that. But put it on. All right, put it on. And the things that, and once it, but if it's not working, I want to get out immediately. I want to get out immediately. I was talking to a trader earlier who had a really hard week. I'm not going to name his name or her name, but the trader had a really hard week. Why? Because they had such determination on this is going to be a good trade on the 60-minute chart with small cappers, and it's going to be awesome. The problem, and it did not go. They had stops, which is good, but 2-2 reversal back down on the 60-minute. All right, time to get out. The problem was too much size. Too much size. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I believe in my trade. I believe in my trade. I'm going to go ahead and put a whole bunch of contracts on. I'm going to buy 500 contracts out of the money so far out that these things are only like, 20 bucks a contract. But I'm going to buy 500 of them or 50 of them or whatever. People are putting up ridiculous numbers, and then it doesn't work, and then they lose a lot of money really quick. All right. No. And that's for options. That's for crypto. That's for stocks. Start with a small position. If you're trading shares, Rob used to say, if you could buy 10 by 5, if you could buy 5 by 2, start small. And then if it's the real move, it'll keep going. It'll keep going. If you're trading options, start with 1 or 2. Then once it's good percentage, and to follow 8x, because 8x has customized trading options with the Strat, all right, to himself, and he has a 50% invalidation point. All right. If I'm trading weekly charts and it does not hit that 50% invalidation point, he does not get out. All right. And those are options. Scary to me, but it works for him. All right. It works for him. And he has a stop. I can't get mad at that. All right. I cannot get mad at that. But he'll say, along with that, people will take that advice and go, okay, well, I can put 500 contracts on this thing because, I trust in my trade. Remember my interview with Steve Burns? He says, I don't trust my trade. I trust my stops. I trust my stops. Get me out of this thing. It's not working. So if you start with a small position, your losses will be small. All right. And then once you get that one that hits, bam, and it's working, then you're adding to it. And now you hit the profit target that you wanted to hit. Bam, you take your money off, or you're using your PSAR and your stops to trail your stops to the highs. Use those progressive stops. I don't like saying trailing stops. I like saying progressive stops. Those progressive stops to the highs, and then it reverses, and then you get stopped out with profit. That does 2 things. One, it changes your psychology, because now when you get stopped out and you get that notification on your phone that goes, oh, I got stopped out. Oh, crap. Hold on. Oh, that's a win. That's a win. All right, I made my money. That changes your entire, there's a synapse, you know what I mean? There's some synapses and there's some things in your brain that go, wait a minute. When I get stopped out now, it means profit, not a loss. All right, not a loss. And then your winner, the second thing it does is your winners cover your losers. Your winners cover your losers. I say that all the time. My winners always cover my losers if I'm trading the Strat right. Okay? Start with a small position. Lots of good conversations in here. Jeff Van says, how do I know when to redraw your broadening formation? What conditions? Once it expands, once the price expands the broadening formation, and I was going to do a drawing for you. Maybe I can. Anyway, once the price starts expanding the broadening formation, wait. Let's just say the weekly chart, and this stock was just ripping to the highs. All right. And it's broken through your broadening formation, all right, on the weekly chart. Wait till that week closes. Wait till it closes. Like today's Saturday. Today's a perfect day to redraw your broadening formations on the week. All right, and then you can redraw them. On the daily chart, if it's Monday and then Tuesday was an amazing day for your stock, you know, Disney goes to the highs. You know, they figured out, you know, the new movie that everybody loves, the new Captain America movie, and they said buy more Disney Plus, and it goes to the highs, and it completely breaks through your broadening formation, expands the broadening formation on a daily chart. Wait till that day closes, and then on Wednesday in the pre-market or Tuesday night, redraw that broadening formation. All right, but only do it after. Jodell says, what if the 60 in the daily and the week are green, but the month is red? That's good. That's very good. What's that show you? All right. That shows you
time frame continuity.
That shows you time frame continuity. And it shows you that the buyers are more aggressive. All right. The week is green. That's overriding what we're seeing on the month. The month has been red. All right. But looking at the week being green, the day being green, and the 60 being green, the buyers are more aggressive and they're taking this thing over. And whoever was selling this thing on the month, they're about to get run over. All right. If they don't push their stops up, figure out how they want to get out of this thing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that style of trading, looking for what's happening on the week. That's the kind of thing we're looking for on Tesla. We're still, that's 4 rules right here. We need one more rule. Let's come up with this thing together. We got 10 more minutes left. We need rule number 5. Come on, let's work it together. Let's work rule number 5 for the weekend shift together. Uh-oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. The rule is if you use the super chat to talk about what you want to talk about. Jeff just says thank you. But Jeff, if you want to see a certain chart, put it in the chat. If you have a certain question, put it in the chat. I will stop what I'm doing to talk about what you want to talk about. But Jodell, yes, that's the kind of situation we're looking at on Tesla. Let's go to Tesla. Let's look at some live charts. All right. All right. We were looking at Tesla. Now, it was 212 reversal down on the month, and I was excited about this. I'm going to leave that on there as a no-go because that's what happened. We were looking for this hammer to go in force and then take us up to 394. We had some news come out. We had the number one, price was working. Then we had some news come out, and I'm like, heck yeah. So you see me out there on Twitter, not pumping it, but I was excited. Did we know about that? Yes, we did. You know, all that stuff. And that was a situation where the week was green, the day was green, the 60s were green, but then the last 2 days just kind of really just right back to the lows, right? And you can see the money flow index just kind of reconfirm on that. So no longer in force on the week. Now what's this show? This shows us that the week is, we need to be looking for actionable signals that are reconfirming what we're seeing on the month, that this is holding. They're serious about taking their money out of this. They're serious about it. But I digest. Anyway, this was hammer and force. It was green. And that was the situation where the week, the day, and the 60 were all showing that the buyers were more aggressive. All right? Heck yeah. So, yes, you can do that. Jeff says, how do you know when how to redraw your broadening formation? Uh-oh, Marlon B. Thank you so much, Marlon B, for... okay, all right, stops. All right, Marlon B says he wants the 5th rule to be stops. All right, I'm going to give it to you because I agree. And thank you so much for the super chat. Rule number 5, Jodell's has a suggestion. Rule number 5, trade through the previous broadening formation range from the low to the high or high to low. Don't get stuck in the middle. I like that. Mama's out here. All right, stops. She said, give me some stops. Rule number 5, stops. All right, that's 2 for stops. All right, rule number 5, we're going to talk about stops. Stops are a must-have. All right, I have a video out there called "How to Lose It All." All right, if you want to wreck your trade, your account, trade without stops. All right, if your goal is to just put money in and then just throw the money away, trade without stops. All right, I had a Forex guy talk to me about trading. He said trading the dragon. All right, trading Forex, and he's like, I don't use stops. It's great. I'm always trying to be a positive person, so I was like, good for you, man. Keep it going. Do you? But you trade without stops, you're on the path to losing all your money. All right, it's going to work for a while, and then you're going to get wrecked. All right, you're going to get wrecked. We all know the boxer or the MMA fighter that just 6 wins in a row, 7 wins in a row, 9 wins in a row. This guy's unstoppable. You can't beat this fighter. He knows what he's doing. You can't stop him. 10 wins in a row. Mike Tyson. Let's go with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, TKO every time. They started calling him microwave fights because he would just go in and knock these people out in 30 seconds, and people spent $1.2 million to sit in the front seat to watch Mike Tyson fight, and then the fight's over in the first round. What the heck? Until he got overconfident, Mike Tyson got overconfident, stopped training, and then Buster Douglas came along and said, I know for a fact you can't outlast me past the 5th round. Once you get past the 5th round, Tyson, you get tired. Now, if Mike Tyson's watching this, I ain't talking no trash. I'm just talking what happened, all right? Buster Douglas says, you get tired. I know you get tired. All I have to do is just, stay around, do the okie doke. Muhammad Ali, that's the whole thing. Do the okie doke. I'm going to let you get tired. All right. So, again, trading without stops is synonymous. And then Buster Douglas came in, worked his strategy, beat him. All right. And then that got into Tyson's head, and then he starts losing fights, blah, blah, blah. All right. I'm so glad Tyson's still out there. He's an actor. He's doing good things. And actually, he should have beat this other guy. That was not a real fight. Anyway, that's just an example of another situation outside of trading where I don't need stops. I don't need any kind of protection. I don't need any kind of defense. I'm fine. It'll be fine. And then you'll get that one trade that takes it all away. All right. Don't do that. You must have stops. Let's look at some live charts for stops. If you're day trading, let's look at Celsius. We'll look at Celsius and we'll look at Tesla. All right, Celsius. All right. So you saw where I talked about taking this to the highs. And I posted that. All right. Let's make things green and red. So green's going to be entry, red's going to be the stop. And you're a day trader or you're a short time trader. Let's just say short time trader to make it easy, because some people they hold things like if you're on Robinhood and you don't have a necessarily a margin account and you're on Robinhood, they give you like 3 trades for the week. And then after that, you're done. Or you're a pattern day trader or whatever, all that crap. So anyway, so when I was on Robinhood, what I would do is I would take something on Monday, hold it till Wednesday, take my profits, and then make another trade on Wednesday, some more trades on Wednesday, try to make it till Friday. And then that's my profit for the week. If you can go you can watch old episodes of me and also on some interviews where I talk about that. All right. So let's just say a short time trader. All right, you don't have to be when I say swing trader, it doesn't mean weeks and months. It could be just over a couple days. All right, sell it, buy something on Monday, sell it on Tuesday. Congratulations, you're a swing trader. All right, it's that easy. All right, it's that simple, not easy. Simple. It's just that simple. It's so simple. All right. Anyway, I talked about this. All right, getting in on Celsius. 212 reversal back up. Now let's blow this up on the 60s. here's your way in, all right? And if you're a short-time trader, your stop could be around $32.73. Now you can look at that and go, you know, it did two things. It depends on how you look at this thing. If you were just trying to get magnitude, all right, it's in force now. Here's the magnitude for this reversal on the 60-minute, $34. Did it work? In the chat, did it work? In the chat right now, Celsius, did this trade work from this right here? Did this trade work? I know, I see, Jodell. I see. Did this trade work on the 60s? Come on now. I'm not going to move forward until you guys tell me. Did this trade work? Right here. Michael O'Connor says yes. Gatekeeper says yes. Marlon B says it did, all right? You got to remember, this is the actual reversal, all right? All this other stuff is bonus. If it keeps going, bonus, all right? Bonus. Bingo! All right? If, you know, a lot of people get misconceptions on, okay, there's a reversal, so it should just keep going forever, all right? That's not necessarily what that means, all right? Anthony, I see. Apple, I see. Llama Mama says yes, all right? So this trade did work, all right? If you took your if you bought options at you know, $33, and let's just say you took the $34 calls, you know, or 33 at the money, and then you took your profit here, that's a good trade. That's a good trade. All right. Now, if you're trading shares, anyway, your stop should have been, your stop would be about right here. All right. If you're in at $33.23 and the magnitude's 34, your stop should have been about right here at 32. And you're like, I trade options. That's a big stop. You can tighten it up. That's fine. Tighten it up. But you want to put that stop on that live candle. All right. Boom, you're in. All right. On this live candle. All this other stuff doesn't exist. This is the reversal on the 60-minute you're working. And this trade for options or for shares, you know, weekly stock chart has an account big enough he could buy, you know, a lot of shares right here, bam, and then take his money here, and it's a good profit for him. All right, that's just an example. So, so that is a short-time trader scenario. All right, and then the day went back red, and he blah blah blah. So, so I got in here. All right, still talking about Celsius and then trading shares. Now, I told Jake, formerly of TrendSpider, but Jake, that I'm not getting in this thing until it's 2 up on the month. Well, it is. It's outside month now, all right? Now, I got in here. Jodell said, dang it, you're going to talk about what I want to talk about. Jodell. All right, let me finish my point on Celsius real quick. All right. I told Jake, I'm not getting in this thing until there's a reversal on the month, all right? Now there's a reversal on the month. And we did have a good conversation, and there was, you know, Celsius is going to buy its competitor, which is synonymous to, like, you know, Coke buying Pepsi. Coke says, you know what? We're sick of you, Pepsi. We're buying you out. Done. All right. Let's see here. Here's some news right here. All right, better than expected earnings. Where's it at? Where they talk about? Let me see here. Was that at the top? No, that's Hooters. We're not talking about that. I don't have it. I'm not seeing it right here. But anyway, this is the news for this stock, and I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Acquisition. So stock surges on fourth quarter earnings beat, and they're talking about taking their competitors right there. All right. Now, necessarily don't trade the news, but if Bazinga Pro says, hey, this is what's happening, and it's happening in the price, woo, you better do something. Anyway, I'm doing something. This is how I got in on this trade. And I'm looking at this monthly chart down here. All right. You could have done that with the weekly chart and said, I'm in at $23. And then this would have happened here, and you've been like, see, I told you. But yeah. All right. So I'm looking at Celsius on a long-term thing. All right. Now, when we talk about stops, I definitely don't want this thing to go below too far from where I got in at. Right. but I definitely don't want this thing to go below $24.33. If once it starts going red like that, and now this thing is absolutely not going back to the highs, sell the news. I'm gonna take my small position and cut it. All right. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. All right. Jodell says, he said, look at this thing for me. I was like, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He says, thanks for putting these out each week. Thank you. Is that CA? Is CA the stock you want to look at, or you just want to look at your broadening formation? These are bonds. Let's look at your broadening formation. It says CA. Okay. Let's look at your broadening formation thing until you tell me something else. I answer both your questions. I use 50% level on the weekly and the monthly charts as my stop level, like 8x. That's okay. You trade options. Okay, that's good. For shares, I would use the low of the candle. That's fine. That's okay. That still lines up with the Strat. Okay, that's okay. Good job. Now, what you don't want to do is go, it hit the invalidation point, but let me see what happens. All right. Now, 8x is very disciplined. You can go watch my interview with 8x on the weekend shift, and I tell him in the interview. Man, that's scary, boy. You got to have some guts of steel. This is a family show, so I'm gonna say guts of steel. You got to have some testicular fortitude for that kind of trading. Why? But it's so it's not for everybody. All right, Jodell, it makes sense to you. That's good. Let me look at this broadening formation you were talking about. Broadening formation on SJM. You put that in a couple of times. Let me look at SJM. And thank you so much for the super chat. SJM. And then, okay, SJM. All right. So, off the lows. Let's turn this thing off. A lot of stuff going on in this chart. My goodness. All right. What do we see here? What do we see? We see buyers on the month. It's not 2 up on the month, but there's buyers in here. All right, and we look at the week. All right, outside week to the upside. Here's our broadening formation. This is automatically drawn broadening formation on TrendSpider. Very cool. Very cool. Ask Michael O'Connell about that. Anyway, here's your days. All right, 2-2 reversal back up. It started at 101. Now it's at 110. All right, small account trader. You can buy a few shares of that. Come on now. If you're trading less than $500 in a trading account, stay away from options, okay? And then you can still make money, all right? Buy 1 or 2 shares. Do not full port your whole thing, all right? You're growing your account. Small account trader. But SJM, looking at so here's the week. We want to get back through. Let's mark our 10-yard lines. Oops, make them yellow, make them blue, because I make them blue so it's not necessarily like a predominant thing on the chart. You know what I mean? I just want to know. It's a little reminder. All right, so right now, SJM has the ball. The buyers have the ball at 108. Will they be able to take the ball to 116? There's my 50s football impression for you. Will they be able to take the ball to 116? These boys get the ball. When they really get the ball, they get it moving to the highs. We'll see if they get them to the top of the broadening formation on the weekly chart at 127. I am being silly a little bit to make it fun. But here's our broadening formation, all right? Here's the football field. Here's our 10-yard lines, all right? 108. We're looking for 116. Can we get back up in here? All right, and if we do, can we get to 123? All right, it's going to be easier to trade something like this. It used to be somebody, SJM. It's going to be easier for you to make money over time, all right, with shares. It's going to be very hard for you to trade this over time with options. Yes, there's such thing as leaps. You can buy leaps. You can buy all kind of weird contracts and sell and everything else. But it's going to be very difficult for you to stay in a move for so long. All right, that's a little ugly. I'm gonna have to draw it on this little thing here. I would really let's redraw it. I don't like having bad examples out there. Let's redraw this thing. Kind of have to eyeball it here. Yeah. All right, there it is. Bam. It's going to be a lot easier to trade this with shares. Back up to, 163. than options, all right? I don't know what this is, SJM, but there's buyers in here, all right? Now, if we get, now next month, let's just say it stays at 2 down for the rest. We only got a couple weeks left. I don't think we got 1 week left, and this is over. Now, March, let's say for March, you get a 2-2 reversal back up. All right, 2-2 reversal back up. Now we're trying to get to 120. All right, now Joe Dell started a position down here at $110, or was it $100, whatever it was. We'll go back and look at it, be more accurate. These are monthly charts. And now it's at 135, and I mean, you're watching the weekend shift, and you're watching me laugh at everybody who got in at 135. It hit the top of the broad information, top of the broad information on the week, or it hit the top of the level of reclaim. What's it doing? Going back to the lows, dummies, and Jodell's sitting there eating Fruity Pebbles, drinking coffee like, I got in at 110. Laugh all you want. I'm in that mug. That's how your trading should feel. All right, it shouldn't be just, come on now, keep going, come on, please keep going. It shouldn't feel like, if it starts feeling like that, you're doing it wrong. All right. So thank you so much. Hopefully, Jodell, does that help you? Does that help you? CA is Canadian money. Canadian money. You better get that weird stuff out of here. Canadian money. What am I gonna do with Canadian money? Oh my goodness. You ever, I don't know, when you're like, I don't want to date myself, but you get like lunch money, and then like your parents give you a bunch of, here's the change you need for lunch money, and one of them's a dang on Canadian quarter. The lunch lady's not taking it. You can't put it in the vending machine. You can't do nothing with this thing. What am I supposed to do with this stupid coin? Doesn't even feel like a real coin. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll take that Canadian coin, and I'll do something with it. All right. Looks like you guys are working on it. Pepsi has a 8.5% stake in Celsius. Very good, Brent. Thank you for the news on that. And Jodell says, yes, that helps. Thank you. And then Marley B, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm going to talk about what you want to talk about, and I'm going to go over our trading rules one more time. He wants to look at, Marley B wants to look at McDonald's. We ain't buying no McDonald's. We got McDonald's at home. There's a lot of crap on this chart. Hold on. Let me see here. We'll get rid of this. That's an Eddie Murphy thing. Go look up Eddie Murphy and McDonald's. All right, a lot of messy stuff on this chart. It's been a while since I looked at McDonald's. McDonald's currently 2-2 reversal back up on the month. What are we going to do with that? We're immediately going to put that on our 2 up on the month list, right? Because we do what? We organize our stocks by condition. Jeff, you're going to have, thank you so much, Jeff, for the super chat. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. All right, so we do have a Momo hammer on McDonald's, possible 2-2 reversal back up. Let me go to the weekly signals, and let me clear this all out because I already talked about all this. Edit. Clear it all out. We'll put McDonald's first, all right? McDonald's. The McRib is back. All right, Momo hammer on the week. Now, the magnitude right here is very small, up to 311, all right? But we definitely want to look through, are we going to get back through this level of reclaim here on the week and get to 318, all right? What are we doing on the month? There's buyers on the month, but it's pretty much at all-time highs, all right? McDonald's been doing something right. And 318 is all-time highs. One thing that I learned from another trader is that McDonald's is not just burgers and fries. McDonald's has a lot of real estate. So there's other things holding this company up. So McDonald's, Momo hammer on the week. Also, he said, give me some Microsoft, please. Give me some Mr. Softy, MS2. Shooter on the week. Ooh, shooter on the week, Mr. Softy. I'm in this thing. Let's see here. It is 2 down a month. I got to put it on 2 down on the month list. No matter how bad you feel about doing it, take them off the 2 up on the list. Take them off and put them on the 2 down on the month. All right, we got to know that. All right. So 2 down on the month, shooter on the week. Very good. All right, shooter on the week. You also wanted to look at NVIDIA. Give me some NVIDIA. Now, we already looked at SMH. SMH doing nothing. But what's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA, potential 2-2 reversal back down. It is 2 up on the month. We got some conflict on the charts here. All right, we got some conflict. Right now, Jodell, going back to what you were asking before. Let's take your example of the week, the month, and the 60 being green. Flip it. All right, now we have a green month, and we have the week's red, the day's red, the 60s have been red. This means the sellers are trying to take this thing over, all right? They want to take this thing back down. They're not making any money. Get me out of NVIDIA. It's not doing much, right? I was in here, let's just say, for example, I'm a trader, and you're thinking, all right, I was in here way down here. It got up in there 140. It ain't doing much. I'm taking my money. That's basically what it's doing, okay? All right, that's basically what's happening in NVIDIA. The investors are taking their money out. The institutions are taking their money out of this thing. Doesn't mean it's going to get all the way down to 113. That just means right now, potential 2-2 reversal back down on the week. Not really an actionable signal, but it is a potential reversal, so we're going to look at that. I'd rather see a shooter. Someone asked me what actionable signals are. We're looking for shooters, hammers, inside bars. Shooters, hammers, inside bars. Those are actionable signals, all right? Actionable signals. Jeff said, give me some AMAT. AMAT. Give me some AMAT. Ooh, not AMAT. What is that? Give me some AMAT. Ooh, all right. Inside on the month. All right. Let's start with rule number 1. Start with the month. Inside on the month. Not who's more aggressive, the buyers or the sellers. Who's more aggressive, the buyers or the sellers? Nobody's more aggressive, all right? It's in the middle, doing nothing, all right? Aim at applied materials, all right? If you would do so much better if you just applied yourself than myself. I got told that as a kid, and I came up with a good one. I was like, what am I, a can of paint? What do you mean apply myself? Anyway, right now doing nothing. Yep, there you go. Sellers. O'Connor says sellers in control. Okay, Gatekeeper says sellers. All right, I'll give you that because it is red. I'll give you that. Sellers, they're pushing it down. All right, sellers are taking this thing down. Potential, is that an inside? I'm pretty sure that's an inside bar. Yes. All right, so potential 2-1-2 reversal down, and that is a it's an ugly shooter. I wouldn't call it a shooter. But definitely potential 2-1-2 3-1-2 continuation down. 3-1-2 continuation down potential. So we'll put that on there. All right, AMAC. He also said, give me a Mac. MCK. Let me see here. You see these months, all right? Always start with the month. Well, rule number 1, start with the month. Trading sideways, not doing a whole bunch, right? It is also at all-time highs. So there is good. That's good. There's buyers in here. That's good. They're not really taking their money out yet. That's good. And shooter on the week. Now, here's our broadening formation on this thing. And, all right, trading sideways. Okay. The buyers could be like, hey, this ain't making no money. I'm getting bored. Get my money out of MCK. So, we'll put that on the list. Shooter on the week. And McDonald's. We already talked about McDonald's, but he says top would be 325. Some tickers that look interesting on the weekly. Can you just scan over them fast, see if any look good? Yeah. Let's go back to McDonald's one more time. Remember, it's at all-time highs pretty much, and it's Momo Hammer. All right. You're saying the top is going to be 325? I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing 318. But it's in the same ballpark. You know what I mean? Same, you know what I mean? But this is a situation, like I said, about the analogy with the moth. The moth is in the house, in the room, and it just keeps hitting the light bulb. You know, it's hitting it, then it comes back down, hits it again, keeps coming back down, hits it again until the moth says, I'm tired of banging my head on this, and goes does something else. Let me do this. Let me. I'm gonna come because we need to do actionable signals for next week. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's close this episode for the people that got to go do stuff. All right. So we'll shut this down for the people that got to go do stuff, and they stay for the whole thing. And then if you guys want to stay for some bonus time, we'll do that. Let's do that. All right, let's do that. All right, so let's go over the basic trading rules that we came up for the weekend shift. I wrote them down, all right? Chicken scratch. Wrote these things down. This is what we're going to use for the weekend shift, all right? All right, rule number 1. All right, we're going to start with the month. We're going to look at the month first, all right? Look at the month. Are they really buying or really selling? Is it green or is it red? Then we're going to look at the week, the day, and the 60. But we're going to just sum all that up in one rule. Look at the month first. All right. Rule number 2, look for trades going back into time frame continuity. So if it's green on the month, we're going to look for trades that we're looking for actionable signals on the week, the day, or the 60 that's going to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. All right. We're looking for things that's going to reconfirm that, yes, they want to buy this thing. All right. All right. And if it's selling, like for example, Tesla, there was a hammer. All right. And I did say, yes, we want to see if this goes back to the highs because but it is 212 reversal back down on the month. All right. The hammer did go in force for like a day and then it went right back to the lows. And that weekly, daily, and the 60s all reconfirm what was on the month, that it was red on the month. All right. So you can use that both ways. All right. All right. So, and I'm totally fine with you guys getting on here and be like, see, I told you, Strat Soldier, you're overriding that month. Let's have fun. You know, that's what I love about my crew. Yeah, we're looking for trades going back in the time frame continuity. We're not doing that domino effect crap. We're not looking for a 60 to save the daily, to save the weekly, to save the monthly. Rob never talked about that crap. All right. He did talk about taking advantage of situations where the daily and the 60 are overriding the week and the month, but he never talked about this domino effect thing. All right. Let's get that out of vernacular. Rule number 3, we want our daily and the 60 to be the same. The daily and the 60 to be the same color. Meaning, I want to know they're buying it today and I want to know they're buying it right now. Same rule. If I want to short something, SPY is red, I want to make sure that the stock I'm looking at has a red day and has a red 60. That means they're selling it today and they're selling it right now. Rule number 4, small positions. Rule number 4 is getting in with a small position, 1 or 2 contracts. All right. And I suggest at the money, but 1 or 2 contracts. And then if you're trading shares, you know, buy some shares, a small position. If you can buy 10, buy 5. If you can buy 5, buy 2. Because if it's a real move, you'll have a chance to add to your position. All right. We add to our winners. All right. We're not looking for exhaustion risk on the 15-minute. And then now we triggered the 2-2 reversal back up on the week. Take your money out. Wrong. All right. We want to stay with our winners as long as possible. But to take a small position on something and then add to it is how we're going to do that. All right. That way our winners always cover our losers. And then rule number 5, stops. Have stops. I say hard stops. All right. But we got Jodell and 8X talking about using some technical stops, 50% rule on technical stops. I'm okay with that, all right? But because it's still a stop. There's a really good clip out there from Michael Noss. He was on the show later last year, and he talks about time stops. All right, he talks about putting your money in on a trade, and he goes, if this thing ain't doing nothing in a couple of weeks, hey, time stop, I'm out. I'm out. Take my money out of this thing. All right. And there's also another thing about time stops. There's a really good article. I'll see if I can find it. But there was a trader back in the 80s. What she was doing was buying stocks on a full moon and then selling them on the next full moon. and sounds wild. Sounds ridiculous. Sounds like voodoo. All right. What it really was is a time stop. All right. She's holding stocks. She's buying stocks that are green on this. And then she's holding them until the next, and then cutting her, taking her profits or cutting losers, doing whatever she needs to do on the next full moon. All right, it's a real thing. So there's our 5 rules. Start with the month. Look for trades going back in the time frame continuity. Rule number 3, daily in the 60, the same color. Start with a small position, and then rule number 5, have a stop. All right. And then go see me at thestratsoldier.com, thestratsoldier.com. I will be setting up some more webinars and some more one-on-one sessions. That's where me and you have a conversation, and by the end of it, you get a recording, and then you get we talk about what you're good at and what you're not good at, and hopefully we can help you stop doing the stuff you're not good at. of course. And then I've learned some stuff on these one-on-one sessions as well. All right, you guys, hey, I learned from you guys too. So, and then go check out Unlocking Broadening Formations. That's the newest course out there on the stratsoldier.com. That's where I talk about the universal truth of trading within the broadening formation, and how to it goes from the very basics to the advanced stuff. All right, how to draw them all the way to levels of reclaim. And then if you want everything on the on the stratsoldier.com, you want everything on the site, go look at Combat Load. That's going to give you everything to do battle in these markets. All right. That's going to do it for the weekend shift. If you're sticking around, we're going to do some bonus stuff looking at some charts. But if you got to go do some stuff with family or just relax your brain for a while, it was a lot. Now's the time. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the super chats. This was amazing. Thank you for helping me reach my goals, and hopefully I'm helping you reach yours as well. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon, and let's get some bonus time on these charts. Dang it. Wrong button. Let's get some bonus time on these charts. All right. Thank you. Marlon B says thank you. Let's see here. Michael Houghton says, what about DraftKings? All right, this is bonus. This is bonus time. I'm not going to stay too long. Let's see here. DraftKings. DraftKings has been doing well. And this week they said, not today. No, let's see here. Here's your broadening information on the week. And yeah, I got all the way up to $53, hit the top, and it came right back down. You can see where it reversed on the daily chart here. All right. And here it did go 2-2 reversal back up on the month. Nice. It did hit magnitude, did its job, took out all these stops. All right, $53, came back down. Now, is this all-time highs? No. Is this still a good trade? Yes, you can still be in that. All right, you can still be in that. We want to see if we get to. We already went and saw $49. We want to see if we can get to 64, and then see if we can talk to 74. All right, that's what we want to do. All right. That's you want to talk about trading off the bottom of the broadening formation. You can see that. I don't even have to draw that. You can see that. If you really want me to, I can draw it. These are monthly charts. But if you would have got in with just a few shares on February 23rd with $15, how many shares? If you're a small account trader, how many shares can you buy? $15. All right. Somebody do some math. How much does 20 shares of a $15 stock, $16? He says hymns is insane. Someone do some math for me. How much is I got a calculator on my screen here. Let's do some math for the kids in the back. All right, I want to buy some stocks at $15.72. All right, and I want to get in with 10 shares. That's $157. All right. Marlon B says 320. All right. So just the starter position with 10 shares is $157. That's not bad. All right. There's people out there that are, and I was caught up in this too. So I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my former self here. I would see a stock like this and go, oh, it's $15 stock. All right. And then go look at the options and go, oh, okay, I can trade options on this. Here's a $3 option, a $4 option. And you're not thinking you're not thinking about the fact that it's a $400 option on a $15 stock. All right. and something would happen. I would lose it would be good for a while. You could see where this was good for a while, and then you get wrecked. Or these are monthly charts. So let's just say it did go up, it was great, and then reverse back down on the daily chart, and then boom, it's a loss. And then it ends up being a big loss. All right, with these options, these are like triple-digit losses. That's not fun. I don't care what anybody says. Triple-digit losses are not fun. I can handle doubles. I can handle 90. Ugh, I don't like 90, but I can handle $90 loss. I cannot handle a $200, $300, $400 losses every time I trade. No. And you should start feeling that same way. All right. If not, you need to start working on it. Triple-digit losses are bad. All right. I don't care what anybody says. They're like, well, it's only $500, man. You'll make it back. You better hope you make it back. All right? You better hope. $500 loss ain't something to just laugh at. All right? But it's not something you should just like be sad about either. All right? We're not going to be sad. We're not going to be sad. That's not what we're here for. But 10 shares. All right? So we bought our 10 shares at $15.72. 10 shares. Where's my clear button? 10 shares. It's now $43. It's $45. 45. Take away 15.72. Wow, Strat Soldier's really doing it Sesame Street style. He must be calling us stupid. No, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm showing you things that are just obvious. All right, I'm not calling you dumb. But if you would have bought just one $15 stock down here, $15.72, that one stock would be up $29.28. All right, just one. Now we bought 10 of them. And let's just say, for example, you're afraid of adding to your position. You're afraid of it. So you just bought 10 and you just left it alone. All right. Times 10, because you bought 10 of those. You're up $229, $290, I can barely say it, $292.80 on 10 shares. $292. 10 shares. I'm not talking about adding. I didn't even start talking about adding to your winning positions just yet. Adding to all this as it went up. Waiting while it did this. And then adding when it did this. All right. Waiting while it's doing this. And now it's at $43 and you're trying to get to 64. Joe Dale's trying to get to 64. He bought 10 shares. This is an example. I don't know if he did this. But I'm just saying, if you got a trader that bought way down here and he's on the weekend shift watching me laugh at people that got in at 64 and it's clearly going to the lows. You dumb, you idiot. And I'm pushing buttons, I'm doing all the stuff and we're laughing and you're looking at your charts going, I don't care. Laugh all you want. I got in down here. And it all started with 10 shares. That's how trading should feel. All right. All right. 40 times 15 is $600. Hold on. Let's do some math. 40 times 15 equals $600. All right. All right. $600. Is this starting to make sense? Hopefully it's starting to make sense. All right. You could be up $600 on something that other traders are not even looking at. They're not even concerned about that because there's no buzzwords around it. There's no one's talking about the crypto thing, and the president and Elon aren't talking about buying it or and all this other stuff. You don't even care. All right. That's what I'm trying to do with Celsius. Anyway, that is what I'm trying to do with Celsius. I want to buy something at the bottom of the Brodnik formation and add to it as it goes along. I'm a tank. I want to create those winning positions and then keep firing for effect until I kill the target. Once it stops, once there's no more evidence that they're no longer buying this thing, then I'll take my profits and move on to something else. Thank you, Gatekeeper, putting that in there. Marlon B says 320. I know you keep saying 320. Let me see here. 15. Was it 72 times 20? Did I say 20? 25. Yep. So 314. All right. 314. You bought 20 shares of this thing. All right. Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. Times times 50 shares. You got the coin. You got the scratch to do that. So you bought 50 shares because you're trying to get to 100 shares, which is a full position, 100 shares. All right. And then how much is 100 shares? 100 shares is the same as one options contract. Okay. All right. Anyway, so now it's $700 to do that. $786. So let's just say you bought this thing, $15. I know we're supposed to be looking for actionable signals, and we're going off on a tangent for a second. I'm sorry, but it's important, especially for the small account people. It's at $45 right now. Take away $15.72. All right, that's still $29. 28 cents. Did I do that right? Yeah. Times 50. That's your profit. I mean, that's where you're at. That's what would be the cost. So that'd be hold on. The profit or the cost was $786. It would be at 1,464. I see the chat moving. Someone's doing the math faster than me. I know. 768, and bam, your profit is $696. All right, your profit's $696, while everybody else is talking about something else. All right, buy 100, and now you can sell covered calls on it. Yes, Brett said, give me, give me this advanced stuff. Jeez. Yes. All right. Yeah. And it is $1,000. It'd be $1,575 for 100 shares, just straight up. All right. But we want to add to our winning positions, right? So let's just say our goal is 100 shares. We start at 50, and then while it keeps going, while it keeps doing this, then we add. All right, it did this, bam, that was awesome. April consolidated month inside on March, and then April inside and up. Then we add the extra 50, boom, to the highs. All right, now we're talking. All right. Come on now. I'm just trying to make this stuff make sense for people. You don't have to trade options. Good Lord. You don't need to trade options to make money. Michael said, can you take a look at Pepsi? Yes. But options, shares are boring. Put some pep in your step. Put some pep in your step. All right, hold on. We got some crap on the chart here. We'll get rid of this one, and we'll get rid of this one. All right, here's our broadening formation. Outside weak to the upside, and potential 2-2 reversal up next week, all right, or next month in March. All right. Wow, look at that. Nice days. All right, look at that. Coming off the bottom of the broadening formation on the week. Heck yeah. All right, no actionable signal for next week, but you are looking for a 3-2 up. We want to keep going up. All right. Now, another good thing here is the price is going up, and also not crazy, but not crazy, sharp. But hey, the money flow index is reconfirming what we're seeing. All right. That means people are buying this thing with volume. And then going back to what Joe Dale was asking, how do I know when to redraw the broadening formation? Right here. When it starts doing this weird stuff, now it's time to redraw it. Okay. Can we look at PEP? I got in around 150 yesterday and added some on the fives, inside fives. I'm wondering what targets you see. How long you want to be in this thing? All right. How long you want to be in here? It could still go 2 up on the month. We still got time. It could go outside month. It can. Are you talking shares? Are you talking options? If you're talking shares, you have a situation where you can get to 163. All right. If this goes, what is that? An inside month? I want to say it looks inside. It's an inside. All right. It's inside month. So it still could go 2 up on the month at 155. And then your target's 163. If that stays an inside month and then March starts, remember we only got 1 week left in February, and then the next month starts and it goes 212 212 reversal up above 155, your next target's 163. Okay, got some options. Okay, 163. That's good. If you got options, you can look at these weekly charts. You definitely want a 3-2 up. 3-2 up, 155. The next one could be 158. 158. Okay. 158 is a good one. That's a good target because it's good. Once it gets to 155, I mean, it's through that, right? So the next one could be 158. 158, 161. We want to use these previous candles because we know traders are taught to put their stops at the low or the high of the previous candle. All right, we know that for a fact. And once we start taking out all these stops, it triggers people. If you're shorting a position, it triggers you to become a buyer. You have to buy that position to get out of that position if you're shorting it, all right? And then that makes you a buyer, and then that causes this type of situation, and it happens really fast, and it speeds up liquidity. We want to trade against people in losing positions. Whoever started shorting Pepsi is a piece of crap, especially right here in January. And to the lows, the sellers got what they wanted. It hit magnitude, starts reversing back to the highs, all right? Weekly charts. All right, you want to talk about exhaustion risk on the weekly? You got my attention. You want to talk about exhaustion risk on the monthly? You got my attention. You want to talk about exhaustion risk on the 15-minute? Go talk to those other guys. You ain't getting me on that crap. Cool, thank you. So if we stay inside month, we could be 155 target for March, yes. And with the 212 up, 212 up on the month. Let me see here. Yes. So we get above 155. The next target is 163. All right. 163. Now you're trading options. Sometimes you got to take that gamma spike. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take that money. Me personally, I'm in shares. All right. I want you to do you. But I want you to create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. That's how you trade the strat, not YOLOing in the stuff, all right? I want you to trust yourself and trust the trade, trust your stops. Let me see here. Hold on. You want something like this, all right? That's the kind of situation that you want. Booyah. 166 on the 50 SMA on the weekly. Heck yeah, that's okay. You can use them SMAs as long as you know what it's really for, all right? And you do some research. Figure out what an SMA is for. Figure out how it's calculated. Then you got my attention, all right? If you just come up to me talking about I want to buy this thing because it's bouncing off of this thing, come on now. Michael said 163 if we go 2 down, 2 up in February, right? Right. That is right. All right. But you're also trading options, so you have to monitor your trade a little bit more than, for example, me, where I'm buying shares and I can let it do this goofy crap on the days in the 60s. All it takes is the president saying, I hate Pepsi. Pepsi sucks. And this thing is going to the lows for 2 days. That's all it takes. Come on now. All the president has to say is, you know what? Tariffs on Pepsi. To the lows. You be going, no! What are you doing? Honestly, you should be going, okay, all right, I'm taking my profits on this one. It was good for a while. I'm taking my profits, wait for it to set back up, then I'll get back in with some more options, all right? That'll also put this, if that goes in force, that'll also put us in this level of reclaim back here on the month. Let's make that blue. Not talking politics, but the news is nuts right now, boy. Right? That'll put you in this level of reclaim back here, all right? And the top of that level of reclaim is 176. All right. Now you're trading in that range. Michael said, thank you so much. All right. It is 12:41. And we don't have a lot for the weekly watch list. We got MCK with an inside shooter. We got Microsoft with a shooter on the week. We got McDonald's with a Momo hammer on the week. We got AMAT with inside on the week, potential 3-1-2 reversal back down. And we got NVIDIA with a potential 2-2 reversal back down on the week. I will continue to look for actionable signals and post some stuff on the Twitters. I also, if you want a Discord to work with, you can go check out Mighty Soldiers. I'm also working with a DJ Steady B, and he gave me a channel in his Discord, so I'm using it. And I love listening to music while I'm looking through charts. And We might not all have the same style of taste, but I like music. Tariffs on aluminum go to hurt Pepsi, Coke, and etc. Yeah, it could. No, yeah. I was being silly about that. That wasn't a silly example, but Beach Bum, you're right. All he has to do is say tariffs on aluminum, and that's going to affect that. You're right, and that's what makes you guys smart. All right, go talk to Beach Bum about the Discord, Mighty Soldiers. All right, I got my channel in there. I post all kind of stuff in there. I post my scans in there. Not too many conversations in there, but I do post my stuff in there. And if you start a conversation there, we can hang out there. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's see. That's going to do it for me. Unless anybody has anything else in here. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for everybody who stayed in the overtime. Thank you, Jodell, for the Canadian money. I'll figure out what to do with it. I'll show the kids, hey, this is what Canadian money looks like. This was the last Canadian money to go across the border before everything went nuts. Oh, Llama Mama. Okay, Meta. I like Llama Mama, so we're going to give her a chance. Ooh, wrong button again. Dang it. I swear. A great song. Anyway, Llama Mama said, give me Meta. Llama Mama said, give me Meta. Potential shooter on the month. Yes, we're looking at this one. All right. Now, again, that's all-time highs. So remember my analogy. The moth keeps hitting the top, keeps hitting the light bulb until they're tired of messing with this. Okay. So potential shooter for March or for February. No actionable signal for next week, though. What is good here is that, the selling is being reconfirmed with the money flow index. Yes, they said, get me out of this. All right. Get me out of that. And then Llama Mama says some 3-day stuff. All right. So you're looking at 2 weeks and 3-week charts. You're looking at other time frames. That's good. I like that too. I don't think I have 2 weeks on here. I got monthly. I got sessions. I got 4 hours. I got 90-minute charts. 90-minute charts. You can use 90-minute charts. This is on TrendSpider. For example, everybody else is doing something else. You don't have time to be looking at every 60-minute chart. Let's just say every 60 minutes, too much for you. You got other stuff going on. You ain't got time for all that. You can go to a 90-minute time frame on TrendSpider and go, hey, I got a little ugly shooter. I see the potential 3-2 down here. I'm gonna wait. Once it gets below 691, you're in. All right, and you can work that all the way down with confidence. All right, work that with confidence. No reason to get out. All right, and other people are saying they got in here, they got in there. Fine. All right, the strat works on all time frames. Okay, Gatekeeper, I'll give you one. I gotta go soon though. ALCO. Alco, insight on the month and insight on the week. This thing has to work. All right, it has to go. All right, because it's stuck. And then look at my money flow. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. All right, so there's really no. They really don't know if they want this thing. So, it's got to go. But it's inside on the week. It's inside on the month. I'm gonna skip it. I'm not gonna put it on the weekend. I'm not gonna put it on the list. Britt said, there you go. And then Beach Bum says, what is your Discord? It's that's the Mighty Soldiers Discord, man. Let me see if I can put the link in there without messing the show up. I'll put the link in there in just a second. Let me know if you want the Strat channel in the Discord to use, okay? Yep. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Beach Bum. Heck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That's gonna do it for me. This is the Strat Soldier for the Weekend Shift. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Go check out my ebook, From Zero to Trading. I got another ebook coming out called Hammer Time. It's coming. If you have somebody that keeps asking you about options, they keep asking you about, options or just trading in general, and it's a lot. You know what I mean? You could point them to a bunch of videos, but you can also just buy the ebook From Zero to Trading and gift it to them and say, here's a video. Or here's the ebook, here's a video, watch this guy, he knows what he's talking about. please. Anyway, this is the Strat Soldier for the weekend shift, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Peace.